So a guy named Austin Emery on Facebook, he asked me my thoughts on lucid dreaming. That's an interesting subject. I don't think I've ever made a video about lucid dreaming. I know I've made a couple of videos where I've touched upon dreams and stuff, but I don't think anything specifically about lucid dreaming. This is kind of interesting because I really didn't think I was a lucid dreamer until I stopped drinking. Um, I pretty much have a lucid dream. I'd say maybe not 100% lucid, but I'm definitely aware that I'm dreaming and I have some sort of control over what happens in the dream. Not 100%, but I can manipulate my environments in my dream. Not all the time. That's about half the time, though. So I definitely would qualify as a lucid dreamer. And I think not going to bed fucking piss-faced drunk allows for a little bit more complexity in psychedelic type dreams. Especially, I've taken some sleep medication, prescribed medication called mirtazapine. I'll tell you what, man. I've noticed a difference between sometimes I'll forget because I'll just be tired and just like, I don't need this, and I save it for the days, I am extra tired. Or sometimes I take them for fun in the middle of the day and walk around like a zombie, just for fun if I got nothing better to do. Um, but anyway, I have noticed the difference. Definitely some drugs, especially some sort of sleep drugs, do affect the way you dream and how vivid. Even some will give you night terrors. It's pretty interesting. But as back on back on topic, lucid dreams. I think they're really cool. It's very cool, and it's very. I mean, the dream whole process. I mean, is basically when you're sleeping, your body's preparing itself. It kind of reduces, only to really the necessary shit that the brain needs to do in order to kind of refresh itself and the body to heal and stuff like that. I mean, it's a lot more complicated than we're aware of, and it's definitely a lot more complicated, even what we are aware of, than I am aware of, and that I can actually articulate and explain in this video. But I have had read, I was very fascinated with dreams in my youth, my late teens. Read a lot of Jung, Freud, Wilhelm Steckel, a lot of books on psychoanalysis about dreams. Read books on astral projection, hypnotism, stuff like that, meditation, all which, if not directly, deal with dreams indirectly or touch upon it on some level. Dreams are an interesting thing. Lucid dreams are just, I think, your ability to be self-aware that you are actually dreaming. Now, to the degree that you're actually self-aware, sometimes completely aware, in which case, in my experience, is once I become completely aware that I'm dreaming, the dream fades away. I start to regain consciousness. There's a fine line and a narrow window there where I have to test the waters. And for instance, if I'm walking around at a shopping mall, I had this dream at a shopping mall. Well, I'm not even gonna go to that. Be too long. But if you I would walk around and I would see things, and things would happen that were just unusual, so atypical that I was starting to question if I was dreaming, but it seemed really real. So what I would do to test myself is I was afraid, because I was afraid if I act on my impulses in these dreams, which are largely lucid dreams for me, are largely, there's always a large element of sex and violence. And I think that's just kind of the primordial instincts. Um, if I were to follow through with my desires and my actions, that I could end up going to jail or seriously hurt or hurt somebody else. So I test the water to find out if I was really dreaming. I would walk up to a door and say, if I'm really dreaming, I'm going to open this door. There's going to be the Incredible Hulk. And I would open it, and there would be the Incredible Hulk, or something as silly, like my brain's like, fuck you, but here. And it would be like Superman or like a Smurf or something that would make me know, okay, fuck it, okay, now I'm dreaming. And then I rush to try to fulfill my desires, which again are largely based on sex and violence, which, dude, I wouldn't say I would necessarily rape women in my dreams. It wasn't, I would force myself upon them, sure, but they did not resist. So is that rape? Not really. Well, okay, now in reality, but this is my own reality in my own head. So yeah, I guess I can pretty much do what I want. But anyway, or violence. Sometimes I would just go on a mass murdering spree and just start killing people, with weapons that of my creation that I formed with my hands and shit. Why? I don't know, I have to ask Freud about that. I think it's just, natural instincts, desires. Could be repressed sexual frustration, could be repressed anger. I mean, we could pick apart this shit all day. It happens, and I'm not the first to admit it. But yeah, lucid dreams are cool. I enjoy them, and it helps me when I start to have a nightmare. I can kind of become semi-conscious enough to avoid having the nightmare, or to change the nightmare into a regular dream that is less than terrifying. So I hope I answered your question. All right, bye bye.